I would seriously consider this as a positive. The very first paragraph is bam. I mean, you have it. How are you around museums? What happens if at IELTS, the topic for writing is about museums? Are you prepared for that? How do you approach it? What would you write? Forget IELTS for a second. How often do you go to museums? Have you considered different types of museums? Or maybe art galleries, but specifically right now we're talking about museums. If you have never been to museums, or it's not your thing, you're not into it, but you suspect that at IELTS, in your real exam, you might face a question for museums, then welcome to IELTS Juice. Here is a task 1 general training about museums, a letter that is, and the rubric says, a museum near your home is looking for people to do part-time voluntary, that is unpaid work. You would like to do some voluntary unpaid work at the museum. All right, so before I go ahead and read the bullet points, let's break it down. Imagine a city, and it should be relatively large, not a town. So it's a city that has a museum. And then imagine that it is near your home. So how far is it? Like a 10-minute walk, like 2 blocks away, 2 metro stations away. I want you to start thinking about it. And then what type of museum is it? Is it a museum of history? Is it a museum on pottery, archaeology? I want you to start thinking about the type of museum. It can be even a museum for cheese. So it doesn't have to be very boring. And then I want you to think that you would like to do some voluntary work for the museum. Now, I want you to think that you kind of need the experience because it's voluntary. You're not going to get paid. So there's no financial incentive here. But if you work and you have a reputation and you have shown other people that you have experience in a certain task, then might be a good opportunity for you to get a letter of recommendation from the museum later if you want to be employed either in the museum or you want to use it for something else. Now, after that, let's read the bullet points. Write a letter to the museum director, okay, to apply for the unpaid work. In your letter, so this time, remember that you are initiating the communication. So the director is sitting in his office or her office. He or she doesn't know you, has never met you. Explain why you want to do voluntary work at the museum. So you need to say reason or reasons why you want to do voluntary work here. Describe some skills and qualities you have that would be useful. There you go. Some skills and qualities that you have. You need to sell yourself. You need to say what, you have, what you are bringing to the table that makes you a much better fit for the museum than a burger shop around the corner. Again, remember, distinction. Why museum? And finally, give details of when you would be available for work. And my suggestion would be to say immediately. But I can understand if you want to twist it, like you want to say, yeah, I have some commitments until the end of this week, and from Monday, 9 a.m., I'll be available. Things like that, I understand. That's also fine. Let's read the sample here. Dear sir or madam, I am writing to volunteer for the position of unsalaried part-time employee at the National Museum of England. Well, that's a big name. That's quite a big name. Located on 24 Baker Street. Yes, I have a feeling Sherlock Holmes lived in that neighborhood as well. London, yeah. Yeah, which is actually very close to where I live. Oh, good, good. I have just graduated from a master's program in archaeology from Cambridge University. Again, prestigious. I need a comma here before and, because the subject changes. And this position is a great opportunity for me to gain some experience as well as putting my knowledge into practice. So you have two reasons. It's a great opportunity for you to gain some experience, and you already know how these things are because you have a background of archaeology now. You want to put them into practice. Okay, now you're unique. Now you should work at a museum. So the burger joint around the corner is not necessarily a good fit for you. You want to learn things even further. You want to test whatever you understood, again, in an environment, in a controlled environment. So you are familiar with old stuff. That's because you studied archaeology. So all the elements make sense now. I mean, the logic goes through. If I am the director, or if I were the director of this museum, I would seriously consider this letter. This is big. Moreover, I am planning on applying for a PhD program next year. I need a comma again before and, because the subject changes. And a voluntary position such as this, alongside, not this one, alongside your recommendation can really increase the chances of my being admitted. Now, this is just the icing on the cake. I mean, this is just beautiful. So you have a longer plan in your mind. So it's not the end of the road for you. You are not going to say, I graduated from a master's degree. Now it's time to just work and, you know, normal stuff. Let's go back to normal life. I'm just gonna work and earn money and you know, have my weekends off, watch football. That is not your case. You're actually an ambitious individual. So you're on your path to even becoming a better scholar, a better learner, a person who wishes to learn PhD, get the PhD level, and then contribute. So imagine now the director is thinking both ways. Imagine that the director gets your experience and knowledge, contributes to it, and by contributing to your knowledge, they know by doing this, they're investing in their future. So a PhD member came out of this museum. On your resume forever, there will be this museum, and it will bring the museum more people, more attention, media, money, support. They can improve the quality of their museum, things of that sort. So this is good. This is very good. I'm already sold. If I were the director again, I would seriously consider this as a positive. The very first paragraph is bam. I mean, you have it. The job is yours. Next. During my master's program, I specialized in and wrote my thesis on the history of Homo sapiens that I believe can be useful to the museum since you are launching a new exhibition on the evolution of mankind next month. This is a very good sentence. It is not a good position. You were supposed to give me a topic sentence, but this is a supporting sentence. This should have been the second sentence or the third sentence of this paragraph. The very first sentence should have been something like, even my thesis at master's degree was in line with the work you are currently doing in the museum, period. That very first sentence is welcoming, creates question in my head, like which aspect, which part, what was the name of your thesis? And then I can sort of see myself reading ahead into the paragraph and understanding more about your field of work and what you wish to do. So again, very good, but very good information, very good organization. Grammar is excellent. The problem is position. This is not a good position for the sentence to appear. I mean, in one sentence, we are trying to say or introduce the topic, develop it, and then deliver the final message. All of them in one sentence. That's a very difficult thing to do. You did it, but it's not a good practice. It has to come step by step. Now, in one sentence, we did everything. We're now starting the second message. In addition, I was the dean of students for a year at our faculty in college. That has made me very comfortable in cooperating with others in a team. Okay, I wish we said in a team of in a specialized team, not just any team. We're not talking about a football team here. We're talking about a collaborative effort between scientists, archaeologists, I don't know, chemists, even from different backgrounds. So you were able to actually handle a team that was comprised of different individuals. Thus, I consider myself a sutabi. That's a slip of the end. You forgot to put L here. Suitable, B-L-E. There's a missing L. We don't have a word suitable in English, so it is definitely suitable. You will put a beautiful smile on your marker's face when they see this. Even with an error like this, you could still get a 9 for vocabulary. This is called a slip. So yeah, this is generally it's fine. If there are no other mistakes, I mean, everything is 100% great. There are just some mistakes like this. They can be overlooked. Candidate for this position. All right, this paragraph has 3 sentences. 2 of them are supporting sentences. The last one is more like a concluding sentence. And I don't have a topic sentence for this paragraph. There should be a sentence telling me what I expect to read here. So this has to be improved. And the final one. To start working with you for 3 days a week from 14th of August 2020 onwards would be ideal for me. This comma is not fine here. When you have this order of date, number, words, number, you don't need any punctuation. You don't even need this th. These are all optional. This is optional. This is not optional. You don't need, I mean, just remove comma altogether. However, if this is not convenient for the museum's working schedule, usually it's like working hours, not schedule. Or you just simply say museum schedule. I am willing to negotiate, good word, an earlier or later start. I like this approach that you're willing to show flexibility. You're willing to be adaptable. You believe museum has a higher understanding of this particular matter, to hire someone and they know what that individual is, if that individual is flexible or not. They will put all of them into consideration. I hope you take this into consideration, and I look forward another comma and I look forward to hearing from you. Yours faithfully. Everything looks neat towards the end. I really like it. The closing statement is nice. The valediction is fine. 242 words is very, very good number. We needed 150 words. We ended up with 242. It's all fine. Let's look at the band descriptors. We had one paragraphing issue, and we also had a few, not some, a few punctuation errors, specifically commas. I think I counted 4. It could be a little bit more than that. So there were 4 commas that they were either needed to be put or removed from their current positions. Vocabulary, very good. And maybe we needed a better range, a wide range of grammatical structures. And then also the tone was very to the point and clear. Details were fully developed and cleared and extended. We focused basically on all the elements, especially attention to detail. It's very good here. You could see the date. You could see the name of the museum, the intention, everything is absolutely clear. 7.5 is a very good score. It's a healthy score. There is a lot to be done to get an 8 from this point on. It's not that easy. Every single element now matters. And to make sure all the elements fall under the category we want, we have no choice but to double check, triple check, improve our grammar and our paragraphs. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you wish to see other videos like this, you know where to click. Please consider subscribing for more videos like this. And I hope I'll be assessing your letter or maybe essay next time. Take care.